Yeah, welcome back friends. For the next, very important, the one-dimensional heat conduction with free end convection. In the previous, what we discussed is related to the stiffness matrix for heat conduction, that is K equals to A into K divided by LE into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now, if it is the convection, if it is a heat, is convection taking place at only one end, how we can derive a stiffness matrix? Okay, here in the sketch we have seen that the element, the node is 1 and 2, the length of the element is L, and convection is taking place at only one end. Okay, so as you assume in case of the conduction, the K equals to integral of volume into B transpose D into B into dV. Similarly here, for convection it is integral area. Why area? Because it is taking place at one end, not towards the entire volume. So because we have to consider that as only area. Okay, integral up to area H into N transpose into N into dA. Okay. So what is H? Heat transfer coefficient. N is the shape function. As we know, N1 and N2 formula, N1 and N2 is x2 minus x divided by LE, x minus x1 divided by LE. Node 1, x equals to x1, that's equals to 0 because we're taking x1 itself as a reference. Okay, so at node 2, x equals to x2, that value equals to L. Okay, if I substitute this, x equals to 0, and at node 1, what is the value of x2? 0. So 0 by LE, it becomes 0, and if I substitute here, x equals to x2 at node 2, x2 minus x is length of that element, so L by L is 1, so it becomes N1 N2 equals to 0, 1. I got the N value, so N transpose is converting this horizontal matrix into vertical, that is 0, 1. H is constant, I know the N transpose, I know the N, so substitute here in this equation, so it becomes like this, and if I multiply, finally I got H into 0, 0, 0, 1 into integral of dA. That is the area. Okay, so if I integrate that, it becomes only 1, because integration of 1 is the area, that is A. So finally the stiffness matrix for free end convection, we have to keep it in mind. For both the convection, if the convection is taking place at both ends, it will change. But here in the problem what we have considered here, the convection is taking place at only one end. So for that, what is the stiffness matrix? That says HA 0, 0, 0, 1 is the stiffness matrix. Okay, got it friends? If there in any problem both conduction as well as free end convection is taking place, then the stiffness matrix, the global stiffness matrix will be Kc plus Kh. So what is the Kc? That is the conductivity, stiffness matrix to conductivity, AK by LE into 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. For end convection, that is plus HA into 0, 0 and 0, 1. Okay friends? So if the K is gone, the stiffness matrix is known. What is the force vector for free end convection? For this force vector, that is area of that, the convection that is taking place into T infinity, that is the temperature at the surrounding into N1, N2. As we already know, the value of N1 is 0 and N2 is 1, so finally the force vector due to free end convection is H A T infinity or A H T infinity into 0, 1. I should know both the stiffness matrix as well as the load vector for free end convection. So for stiffness Ka HA 0, 0, 0, 1, for force A into H into T infinity into 0, 1. Okay, so Similarly, let's have another derivation in the same pattern, that is, the convection is taking place at both the ends. Here at this surface also, at both the ends. And along with that, if there is an internal heat generation Q bar, in such a case, how can we derive a stiffness matrix? In early, what we discussed is convection taking place at only one end, but here the convection is taking place at both the ends. So how can we derive? It's very simple, as say here it is conductivity K is given, so conductivity is taking place. So what is the element stiffness matrix? K equals to AK by LE into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So completed, conductivity completed. But next he has given convection at both the ends. So what is the K formula? Integral of entire surface it is taking place. H into n transpose into n into the surface where it is taking place. So as we know, the surface, entire surface is given by the perimeter. So we call that as a perimeter, entire surface into dx. ds is p into dx. Got it? So if I substitute for ds, that is p into dx, it becomes hp into integral of 0 to l n transpose into n into dx. So this is p into dy. Just we discuss, there is a perimeter of the element. So what is n transpose? I know the value of n. So n is n1 and n2. This is n1 and n2. Okay. If I multiply these two, I am going to get like this. And if I simplify this by taking LE square as a common factor outside, HP by LE square into integral of 0 to L into this one. So expand this and integrate at node 1. What is the value of x1? 0. I into what is the value of x2? L. So and integrating and by substituting this value, what I am going to get? HP by L square into this one. So wherever it is x1, it becomes 0. Wherever it is x2, it becomes L. Okay? So our simplification of this, I am going to get like this. So for the common factor, if I take as a 6 as a common factor, the final stiffness matrix for convection at both the ends is HPL by 6 into 2, 1, 1, 2. Keep it in front. If convection at only one end, it is HA by 6 into 0, 0, 0, 1. If convection taking place at both the ends, it is HPL by 6 into 2, 1, 1, 2. So don't get confused, okay? So the global stiffness matrix will be convection plus convection. So if I got this, and here along with the convection there is a heat generation, specifying that there is a heat generation. What is the amount of heat generation? Q bar. So its entire volume is taking place, therefore A into that length, integral 0 to L into n transpose into dx. What is n? That is n1 by n2. Substitute the x1 value and x2 value are going to get like this. So the force vector due to the heat generation will be Q bar A L by 2 into 1, 1. But along with that heat generation convection, as we already discussed in the previous, H T infinity n transpose into dx, so it becomes, substituting, if I substitute and integrate this, I am going to get H T infinity perimeter L by 2 into 1, 1. Got it? So finally the equilibrium equation is given by K into T equals to F. So final, how we can solve this? Stiffness matrix should be equals to K into Q equals to F. reference. This is how I need to derive the FEM or stiffness matrix for one-end convection, and if the convection at both the ends, and we need to remember this formula. Okay, thank you.